Namaskar. I'll not take much time. Okay, so before I get on to the format, it's very personal. The topic art imitates life is very personal, and I would just put my own personal perspective through some of the close-ups or some of the art forms which we have developed in the projects. So it's like that. It's very personal. So I think this topic is not generic. To me, it's very personal. Art and life connects individually, independently, as addressed to his or her soul. So from here, I'll just take it up. It's bits and parts of the entire projects which we have done here and there, and the art highlighted. So I think I'll be able to do the justice to this topic. As far as imitation is concerned, I think art does more, much more. Believe me, just imitation. And that is what is intriguing and empowering right now in my mind. So I think that is what we are going to cast it on the screen for you, and hope you'll enjoy this. So can we go on? I was curious, when we are understanding the wild fern geometry, the golden ratios in each turning, right, the arithmetic of the nature, and then came the wonder about nature. What is it? What is it that going on? Can I imitate it? Or is it worth imitating? The fancies of nature, of the geometries around us, are the patterns on the world, the stars around you. And these stars, how did this pattern work? Where is an eclipse? How does an eclipse work? Can we get to the scale? Art helps you to understand the scale, be part of it. So you become a part of that entire containment of patterns and the galore of the life going on. We have our stories going on, some monkey business of copying going on here and there in the life. We said, okay, that's Haldia City Center. 3 monkeys made a nuisance in the site. We celebrated them when the site finished by making the sculpture there. And that's what, they didn't allow us to do anything. So we made a sculpture there. Once it finished, we'll revere it. So sometimes the stories of monkey business becomes great business. The same mall in the morning did nothing. But art can change perception. Where there's no sound, you can still hear the sound by art. Where there's none people, you can still feel celebrative mode. It changes and builds positivity. That's what JP was sharing. Importantly, when we came across a place for infertility, we said if it is positive attitude, it has to intrigue hope. And before people came for treatment, it was important hope. Otherwise, treatment is nullified. So art was developed for infertility like that. And with text, patterns, faces. Art does interesting thing. It challenges predictability. We see pigeons on a trail, we forget about them, nuisance. But when you see it here, it encourages you. You like them. You muster appreciation for that. Art can do that. Regular, predictable stuff, which you lose, you muster appreciation for that. And that's what life does. Sometimes through art, you can wrap the time. You can bring a little bit of culture, a little bit of stories, and bind all these memories and wrap the time around you, the space, the geography. That's what art is capable of. And there, if you say that, okay, just imitation, it's just a small word. I think it's more than that. It's much, much more than that. And this is very interesting for us because we thought serious stuff, naked truth, how to bring it in public? Only by humor. Art has that capacity to bring the truth, intruding, intervening, and right where the serious stuff is there, you can break a naked truth with humor. And that is very, very important. That's a part of another stuff in the club. Not that just humor, not just about naked truth, but emotions. How you make people change body language, how you get them close. Can we make an art which inspires to change body language? You can really evoke and invoke and trigger the life through the art. You can trigger this emotion, this sensitive part of it. If it comes to bold, dynamic attitude, art can do that. Sometimes you need attitude to be depicted in space. You can employ art. Simple graphics without any color, just black and white. That's a capacity of this art. Importantly, when we enjoyed playing and flying kites, we realized, that's a life when I was a boy. This life can add life further. That's the decoration stuff. Through kites, we put it up in an Afra in city center. So that's where it brings life to a space. That's what art can bring life to a space. It's not about imitation. It has a capacity to bring out life. It changes the way we see life. It changes the perspective. This is a physical, subjective accumulation of ideas, a change of point of view. You can see the bird down below, but when you see it from top, changes perspective. Human-wise, soul-wise, it changes. It becomes a new you. You can change. That's what the capacity of art is. It is still, but it moves you. Though again it's a subjective art. It is still, but its sense of movement is there. But that's not all. It will move the soul. It has a capacity to move soul and change the perception of time and seconds around you. That is what it does. It's just not imitation. Okay. Because it's still to say that it's not just a part which can be there. Art is there in terms of observation. It educates us. It inspires us. It tells that's the horizon. There where the sun rises. Who knows about it? You can trigger this, initiate this understanding through a small installation of art, a little bit humor, and touch the entire sensitivity of nature. Bring them to the horizon. And if you leave nature the wild it is, it becomes a piece of art. It has the capacity to become free. It's a free nature. It translates to patterns, to shadows. It has the capacity of art. It is around you. And whether it imitates, no. Life imitates life. That's what it looks like. We just did a small experiment. We put a sculpture there in one of the projects, and we saw how living people, using the word living people, were imitating a dead person, a sculpture. And they were choosing a bench which the guy is actually a sculpture. They're taking a photograph. They chose that bench because they thought, oh, that's a photographic venture point. So that's what art does. It is more participatory. It is not imitation. It participates around you. You participate with it. We also wanted to make complex stuff. Sometimes you need to put a lot of story in through lines. You can do through art. You can make mysteries through art. A lot of information. Let people explore, translate, and understand the better part of life. Whether it's wall or floor. Whether it's walls talking picha kucha, they can do that. You just be part of it. The walls can do the part of it. There is relief, frescoes on the wall, they do it. They're all a part of some of the projects that we've done. But this is the walls. These are walls. They talk among each other. You can be a part of it. So that's what the capacity of art is. It changes the world around you. That's something which here we install geckos in one of the projects. And we observed it slows you down. You can slow people. You can choreograph them. And when you slow people, they change the world around. You can see the world slowly. You enjoy the world more. That's what the art does. It stops you. Entire movement pattern can be changed by just installation like this. But that's not all. I want to finish up with this slide, It is, we have changed. In one of the projects, life imitates art. It's not art imitates life. So you actually put on, always. Some fashion is taking the same trigger. Life is imitating art. And sometimes imitating life itself. Thank you very much. Enjoying it.